These animals are still in shelters and they need a home. So if we can find homes for these dogs to stay in during quarantine, during this time, it's a really great way to take away a lot of that stress that we're feeling in the world right now when you bring in an animal into your home.
So this is a collaboration between Greater Good and WAG. You are a chief strategist for WAG. Tell me a little bit about the genesis of this initiative.
With greatergood.org, they wanted to start this movement, the Stay at Home and Foster initiative. They created this website where anyone can go and sign up, and then you will be connected to a shelter that's near you, and then you can see which animals they have that you connect with. We already had 30,000 people signed up, which means there's just fewer and fewer dogs in shelters now because of that.
What motivated you to get involved with the Stay Home and Shelter initiative?
Well, my two pups are shelter pets, and I know right now it's like high puppy and kitten season at the shelters, and there's already a huge influx of animals coming into the shelters. And take on top of that, we've got a dramatic decrease in people walking into shelters now because we've got everyone quarantining and staying at home. So if we can find homes for these dogs to stay in during quarantine, during this time, whether it's just being fostered by people or if it becomes a long-term situation, which would be great as well. It's something that I think that people should know about. It's a really great way to take away a lot of that stress that we're feeling in the world right now when you bring in an animal into your home.
I'm one of those people who I'm such a proponent of adopt, don't shop, and sometimes it's kind of baffling to me that we still are having to have this conversation. Why do you think that we're still having to get out there and say, hey, animals in the shelters need help?
You make a really great point, because it's like people who want animals, but then they'll go through a breeder instead of going to a shelter. And it's always, it is confusing for me as well. And I find that with a lot of people, they will say to me, oh, I want this specific kind of dog, and it's just easier to find this one, or I need a hypoallergenic dog. Chance right here is a full-bred Cavalier King Charles. So this is like a show dog. This is a very fancy kind of dog, but he was in a puppy mill that was raided, and he and his mom were rescued. People don't always kind of understand that any dog that you can think of or want, you can find a rescue that has it.
For anyone right now who is thinking they want to foster, thinking they want to adopt, what's your advice for them?
In times like this, I find that when you're doing things that help other people, it makes you realize how much we need each other in this world and how it's all going to be okay if we all work together. And right now, animals need so much help and so much love, especially because of the quarantine. I say in the beginning, just make it easy. Don't pressure yourself into doing one thing or the other. Just, once you sign up, you start to see animals that you connect with or don't connect with, you'll be able to filter through that. And then one day when it hits you, you should, just go ahead and take that step, because it doesn't just make their lives better, it does make your life better as well.
What are you and Frankie and Chance doing to stay sane during this time? How are you guys keeping it together?
I'll tell you what we're not doing, baking banana bread, because I feel like that's all I see people on Instagram doing. I'm like, is there anybody that's just like watching Ozark like me? Like on my to-do list is like organize this one drawer and then watch Ozark. That's pretty much it. And I just hope everyone stays safe and healthy out there and knows that, we're gonna get through this. We just gotta flatten the curve, as they say, and get through this. And if you can, bring a furry little friend into your family, and everybody just stay safe.